I'm telling you, this will save your life. 2 tablets every 30 minutes. Do not forget. It'll really save your life.
Godiva, you're so sweet to me. Hey, Godiva, you're my everything. Oh, Godiva, you're so sweet to me. Hey, Godiva, you're my everything.
Hello and welcome back to my channel, Honey's Irin-Ajo. My name is Oyen and I'm the honey that you need in your life. So today I'm going to give you guys 5 tips on things that you should do when you're traveling to another country that will make your life so much easier. Things that I've learned throughout different experiences and also listening to other people's experiences. Okay, so number 1, the most important piece of advice I can give anyone ever is to do your research. If you are going to a new country, don't make any assumptions because some of the assumptions you have are probably wrong. I personally go to YouTube and I look at the recent videos to a certain town or city, a country, because I like to see it for myself. There are also lots of blogs with pictures, but I prefer videos. Yeah, for me personally, I like to find out how many black people are in that area. Just so I can prepare myself when I walk in the airport. Is it going to be the entire time, or will I kind of blend in? Like in San Pedro Sula, I blend in. They're black people. And the city I was in Mexico, Merida, there were not any black people that were not foreigners. So it was the entire time. But I'd known that before by talking to people, by doing my research. So I was prepared. I wasn't scared. It wasn't a big deal for me. Okay, but now I'm going to get into the 5 tips that I think everyone should do / things that you should take with you whenever you're leaving your home country. 1, a water bottle, a reusable water bottle. The plastic ones, they won't last. I recommend having a water bottle at least if you're going for a short trip or if you're just to start out with. I used to use this. I don't really use it as much now because I live here and I know where I'm going to get water. I know how to get water. It's not a big deal. There's water that I can drink. Easy. 2, you should, after doing your research, you should know what climate you should expect. So if it's going to be freezing, bring a jacket, bring a coat, have a blanket, something that will keep you warm when it's absurdly cold. Now for my case, it is so hot all the time everywhere. There's not AC everywhere you go. You can't assume, and people always laugh at me for doing this, but it always seems to come in handy at some point, and then people are like, oh my gosh, can I use that? Can I use that? So for me, since it's hot, I have a fan. Here, let me open it. This is my fan now. I know it's extra bright, and I just, see how powerful that is? So when I first got here, I didn't have this fan. This fan is like really nice. It's really pretty, and my mom's like, you better bring it back. I had just one of those handheld like fans that like little kids use. So it looks ridiculous. It was one of those, it broke. So it's one of those that you just go, and then you can like fan yourself. Oh, kind of like this. There we go. It was one of like shaped like this, and you go like this, without all the extraness. And a couple years ago, I had another like flat, it was like a toy, but I always kept it in my bag. And there are times where we're stuck in heat and I'm like, we're sweating. I say, I can't do this anymore, guys. I'm sorry, but I can't. It's too hot. Number 3. Pepto Bismol. This is so important, so important. I'll show you what they look like. These are Pepto Bismol. Well, this is Equate because, we don't need to be spending a certain money, right? So this is Equate Stomach Relief Pink Bismuth Subsalicylate. That's a scientific word. This is what they look like. Let me get it out of the light. They're pink, they're chewable, they look like little candies. They don't taste the best, but they're not like gross. So the instructions are to take 2 every 30 minutes. So this is for when you've eaten something, maybe you drank water you weren't supposed to drink, maybe you just had something that just didn't sit well with your stomach and it's like, oh, and then you're going to the bathroom, 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 you can't control it. I always have some of these with me because some of the places I don't have access to bathroom right away, or I'm like teaching, so I can't just be like, okay, I'm going to leave my students because my stomach has just freaked out and I need to go live on a toilet for the next hour. So this really helps. It works. The only time, sometimes people complain that they don't work, but you have to read the instructions. It says take 2 every 30 minutes while your symptoms last. 2 tablets every half hour to an hour, 30 minutes to an hour, as needed. I think this is helpful. Just because you're going to a more developed country doesn't mean you're not going to have some stomach issues, because like in the States, sometimes they not cook with things, but sometimes things are in packaged stuff that just may not sit well with your system. So I would highly recommend, regardless of what country you're going to, whenever you're leaving your home country, get some sort of stomach relief. So 4, I always like to have my Johnson & Johnson, okay, it's old, this one's old and dirty, Johnson & Johnson travel first aid kit. Now it's empty and I use it for my jewelry, but before I got them in the travel section, they had like Band-Aids, gauze, alcohol wipe, just a little bit for like, it was only enough for like 3 cuts maybe, and then there were a few extra Band-Aids, and I still have these gauze things that I never used. I like to have it because it's small, it fits in my purse, and then if I ever get a cut or something, I always like to clean it and cover it as soon as possible, because I never want to get infected, because sometimes I may be outside, I might be in an island, I might be in a mountain, I might be anywhere, and I just don't want ever to have an infection. And sometimes if you're relying on someone else, they may be like, okay, well, when we get back, we'll figure it out when we get back. And it's like, we may not get back for 30 minutes and I'm just supposed to be like bleeding. So I always like to, okay, when we get back, we can look at it more, but give me a second, let me clean it, wipe it, and take care of it real quick, because I like being independent. I don't like relying on people, because I feel like people let you down. So I would rather just be able to take care of it myself. So I'm good. I also, in addition to that, I always like to have some antibiotic like Neosporin, just in case. Like now, if I get a cut, I'll wipe it. I'll go to the bathroom, wash it, dry it, and then I'll just put Neosporin on it, because I don't like having Band-Aids unnecessarily. So this is something that I also keep with me. Also like to have hydrocortisone. I don't know where it is though. So I think it's in one of my travel bags, but if I get bit by a mosquito or just by a bug in general, or if I get irritated somehow, I'll just grab some hydrocortisone real quick and take care of it. The last thing, number 5, for me it's a lot more because I'm gone for a long time. I have this like notebook of important information. So in this notebook I have in my house, I keep it at home. It's like my emergency, I guess. So it has all the information for my program, contact information for the embassy, contact information people in the States and DC. Like I have everything about Fulbright, my orientation manual. I have copies of program, just like technical stuff that's important that I may need in the event of emergency. Now, this is great, a great idea, right? But the most crucial aspect of this folder is that there's an exact copy of all the paperwork that's in here at home. I gave it to my parents. I actually left it like on my bed, but my parents have it. So if I ever am like, oh my goodness, I need this, or I need that, or mom, dad, I need you to do something for me, they know exactly where to go, which folder to go, which paper to look at. It's all laid out for them. They're copies of my passport as well, so that if I lose my passport, if I end up stranded somewhere in the middle of nowhere, I can just get a hold of my parents, like, mom, dad, you know what to do, you know who to call, all the numbers are there, everything. So in the event of emergency, I like to lay things out just in case I need something, or my parents need something, or anything, just in case. So I like to have all the important paperwork, and I make copies of all the important paperwork and I give it to someone at home. So if you're not living with your parents, if you have like a best friend, a sibling, a significant other, I would highly recommend you leave copies. You also want to have contact information for the people at your embassy that's there, just in case something happens. You can also sign up with like the STEP program with the U.S. Department of State, and if anything happens, I'll send you email updates with like if there's a health problem, if they're protesting, if it's weather related, they'll always be like, heads up for some blah, blah, blah. Sometimes they send too many emails. I'm like, chill, it's not that big a deal. But it's still super helpful. Now, this is just a bonus for people who are going to Latin America and other countries that have mosquitoes. This is my favorite mosquito repellent. I've been using it for the last 4 years that I've been, whenever I travel. It's 100% DEET. It's called Repel. You can get it off Amazon for like $8.
Yeah, so those are 5 things. So we've got water bottles, something protect you with weather, whether it's a handheld fan or a jacket in the cold. Pepto Bismol. I'm telling you, this will save your life. 2 tablets every 30 minutes. Do not forget, it'll really save your life. Oh, there goes my earring. Tiny little first aid kit. I like the Johnson & Johnson one because I think it's like $1.50 or $2. And then your important documents. And make sure you have copies with a loved one at home just in case there's any miscommunication or you lose something, whatever. Also, they always recommend that you put copies of your passport, but not just have one because you may lose one. And then I usually always keep one here as well. And then this never leaves my house. This stays here with me. I've never needed anything in it. I honestly forgot what was in it until I was making this video. But I realized, wow, I got some good information while you were thinking ahead. So just always be prepared, do your research. You want to prepare for the worst so that you can really enjoy your trip with a clear mind, so that you're not freaking out or nervous about anything, because you want to enjoy your trips, and if something goes wrong, you want to be prepared to be able to deal with it, handle it, move on, right? You don't want to be like, oh my gosh, I wish, what if I don't have, that just can ruin the trip. So, these are some helpful tips I have given you to travel, things that have helped me, things I think will help you, and things that you can tell someone else to give them some great advice. Okay, so I'm glad you watched this video. Thank you for staying and hanging out, and I don't know what to say. Here we go again. Thank you for watching this video. Make sure you subscribe. Watch the next video, I guess. I don't know. Okay, bye.
You're so sweet to me. Hey, Godiva. You're my everything. Oh, Godiva. You're so sweet to me. Hey, Godiva. You're my everything. And you go, girl. You go, go, go. You go, girl. You go, go, go. You go, girl. You go, go, go. And you go, girl. You go, go, go. Yeah, you go, girl. You go, go, go. Yeah, you go, girl. You go, go, go. Yeah, you go, girl. You go, go, go. Miss Godiva. Yeah, Miss Godiva. Yeah, Miss Brown Sugar. I'm asking, how does it feel? These dreamy eyes of mine know they can't resist your appeal. Stevie ain't gotta wonder if I'm yours, I'm signed and I'm sealed. For you, girl, I would surely swallow the pill of my pride. The windows to your soul, I see the pain in your eyes. I'm not a Kate Spade, but I'm by your side. I don't know all the hurt, but I can try to empathize. You are so beautiful to me. Don't let the world tell you lies. Like ponytails in the hood, baby, I see the struggle. Debating worth in your prayers and hoping God rebuttals. You put up walls in the world, but let them down in cuddles. We on 4th and inches, I'm trying to get in your huddle. I wanna hold hands while walking through your insecurities. You the definition of God's love and His purity. When I look at you, it's like it's just you and me. You support the man that I am instead of telling me who to be. And I wanna take this time to show you appreciation. One of the most highly undervalued in this nation. They gon' see your worth, you just gotta be patient. They gon' see the picture, yeah, baby, as you paint on. I know that it's been hard, I know that we came far. I know they think they make the rules, baby, but they can never tell you who you are. Let's go